In today's local business spotlight, we are featuring People's Home Equity, and joining us is Mr. Bruce Dodd. Good morning, Bruce.
Great to see you. Good to see you.
All right, so we're talking a little bit about mortgages, real estate. It's a scary world out there. But first, we want to talk about refinancing. Someone's already a homeowner. Rates are pretty good right now. What do you say about refinancing?
Well, they are good. However, I think it's really important to, if you're thinking about refinancing, you have to look at the entirety of the transaction. And I think it's important to work with somebody that you can sit down and talk to, because you need to understand, first of all, you need to identify what your goals are. How long you plan on staying in the property? Is it important to reduce your monthly outflow, or is it more important to gain equity faster? So I think when you're looking at refinancing, you can't forget the cost. It may look good because I can have a monthly savings, but what's that doing to me in the long run? I think it's really great time to take a look at shortening your term. Let's say you have 23, 24 years left on your mortgage and you can take it to 15 years. Then even if you're not going to stay in the property forever, you're gaining equity so much faster. So the shorter time you can borrow money, the much better it is.
And you're going to help us talk through all of those questions, of course.
Sure.
All right, so I want to switch gears a little bit. Maybe someone's going to be purchasing a home soon. It's a scary world. What are some of the steps? What's the documents that we need to be considering and gathering for that process?
You know, folks get intimidated by getting a mortgage, and I understand why. However, if you
it's
think
like jail almost.
It's almost. Well, it's not quite that bad. But with a mortgage, there's really just three things a mortgage company needs to know. That's really it. Need to know, first of all, how much money do you make?
Right.
How much money do you have? And how much money do you owe? And so in terms of how much money do I make, that's real simple. For most people, it's W-2s and pay stubs. Last 2 years, W-2s, last 30 days worth of pay stubs. Sometimes we need tax returns, but not most of the time. In terms of how much money you have, we just need account statements for your retirement accounts and your deposit accounts. And how much money do you owe? Well, we'll figure that out because we're going to take a look at credit. So there's no reason to be intimidated. Most people have, with employers these days, almost everybody can go onto some portal and download their pay stubs, download the previous W-2s, so it's not a difficult process.
So once you have all this information, what's the difference between being pre-qualified or pre-approved?
Pre-qualified these days...
I didn't realize there was a difference.
Yeah, these days can mean a lot of things. If you've gone online and just self-reported information and somebody spits back out a letter that says you're pre-qualified, you really haven't done anything. You really shouldn't be too confident in that. What's important is what we do is we ask for all the same documents we'd ask for at the front end as if you were under contract. And what we do is actually make sure that you're approved. We run folks through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac systems, get an automated approval. If we need to, we'll have an underwriter validate those things. But we actually try to turn you, even if you're shopping with a mortgage, we try to turn you into shopping as if it's cash, because we get your side of the transaction totally taken care of, so all that's really left is evaluating the property.
You're not leaving anything to chance.
No.
We know where we stand and what we can get.
No, oops is not a good phrase in the mortgage world.
Especially not. All right, real quickly as we're beginning to wrap up, so what are the advantages of working with a local mortgage company like People's Home Equity?
Well, first of all, a couple things. One is the hardest thing to do today is get under contract. If you're buying a house under $250,000, it's equivalent, you know, it's kind of like a knife fight in the front yard to get that house, because a lot of people want it. It's better to be represented by a local company so that local realtors are going to have some confidence that they can accept your contract and it's going to close.
Makes sense.
Second of all is there are programs, especially for first-time home buyers, that the national companies don't offer because they don't make that much money on them. And so there's programs, for example, Tennessee Housing Development Authority has a great program. Most national companies aren't going to offer it. So there's more programs often locally with a local company.
Bruce, I hate to, but we're running out of time. How do we need to get started with you? Visit chatmortgage.com?
Yeah, or give us a call, 423-591-9801.
All right, we'll talk to you again here in just a few days. Great to see you again.
Thank you.